Shabbat Shalom. Hey. So we're going to continue with Shemot. Shemot. Or Shemoth. Is it Shemoth? We're going to do the half Torah and... Oh my gosh. I got something in my eye. Half Torah, which is Isaiah 27:6 through 28:13. So, Isaiah, Samuel was a prophet. Okay, Isaiah 27, oh, too far. I know, should have this open beforehand. Production quality. Let's see. 27. Oh, I got like an eyelash mire or something. How unfortunate. 27:6. Link. 27:6 through 28:13, and then it's after that it's going to be Isaiah 29:22 through 23. Okay. All right. So 27:6. All right. Isaiah. All right. Those who come, he causes to take root in Jacob. Israel shall blossom and bud, blossom and bud, and they shall fill their face of the world with fruit. He has smitten him as he struck the ones who were striking him, or as a killer was he killed as he was killing. In measure by sending her away, you contend with her. He shall take away by his rough wind in the day of the east wind. So, well, let's see. Just want to make sure I'm reading the right section. Yeah. Okay. Therefore, by this the crookedness of Jacob is covered, and this is all the fruit of taking away his sin, when he makes all the stones of the slaughter place like chalk stones that are beaten to dust. Asherim and sun pillars rise no more. So, what are Asherim? The Asherim, or the Asherim, were obelisks. They were stones. Lots of cultures had them. They also called them sun pillars, right? Without being too graphic, the Asherim were representations of the male genitalia. And we see this throughout all the ancient world, actually. Like, every ancient society has basically obelisks or some sort of raised stone or tree or something like that, and that's because it's kind of ubiquitous that, without going too far into the weeds, basically, if you look up at the story of Nimrod and his wife, Semiramis, that's basically the beginning of sun god worship, and that's the main contender that Yah hates. The enemy, basically trying to deceive man, has created a sun god worship complex that ties in with fertility and all that stuff. And so it's an interesting subject that maybe someday I'll talk about more in depth, at least to the best of my knowledge. But I've done some looking into that, and it is ubiquitous among all the ancient cultures. They all, for those of you who still celebrate Christmas, yeah. What does the Christmas tree represent, and what does the wreath represent? The circular thing. Yeah. Anyways, going back to this. Therefore, by this crookedness of Jacob is covered, and this is all the fruit of taking away his sin, when he makes all the stones of the slaughter place like chalk stones that are beaten to dust. Asherim and sun pillars rise no more. So we're not going to do that crap anymore. For the city of defense is lonely, a home forsaken and left like a wilderness. There the calf feeds, and there it lies down, and shall consume its branches. When its twigs are dry, they are broken off. Women come and set them on fire, for it is a people of no understanding. Therefore He who made them has no compassion on them. He who formed them shows them no favor. And in the day it shall be that Yahuwah threshes from the channel of the river to the wadi of Mitzrayim, and you shall be gathered one by one, O children of Israel. And in that day it shall be that a great shofar is blown, a giant horn, so a great horn is blown. And those who were perishing in the land of Asher and outcasts in the land of Mitzrayim shall come and shall worship Yahuwah on the set apart mountain in Jerusalem. So Jerusalem. That goes until 13. Okay. Woe to the proud crown of the drunkards of Ephraim, and to the fading flower of its splendid comeliness, that is on the head of the fertile valley, to those who are overcome with wine. See, Yahuwah has one who is strong and potent, like a downpour of hail and a destroying storm, like a flood of mighty waters overflowing, who cast down to the earth with the hand. The proud crown of the drunkards of Ephraim is trampled underfoot, and the fading flower of its splendid comeliness, that is on the head of the fertile valley, like the first fruit before the summer, which when one sees it, he eats it up, while it is still in his hand. In that day Yahuwah of hosts is for a crown of splendor, and a headdress of comeliness, that the remnant of his people, and a spirit of right ruling to him who sits in right ruling, and strengthen to those who turn back the battle at the gate. And these two have gone astray. Their wine and through strong drink wandered about. Priests and prophet have gone astray through strong drink, and they are swallowed up by wine. They wander about through strong drink, and they go astray in vision. They stumble in right ruling. For all tables shall be covered with vomit, no place without filth. Whom would he teach knowledge, and whom would he make to understand the message? Those weaned from milk, those taken from the breast? For it is command upon command, command upon command, line upon line, line upon line, here a little, there a little. For with a jabbering lip and a foreign tongue he speaks to his people, to whom he said, This is the rest, give rest to the weary, and this is the refreshing. But they would not hear. But the word of Yahuwah was with them, command upon command, command upon command, line upon line, line upon line, here a little, there a little, so that they go and shall stumble backwards, and be broken and snared and taken captive. So basically, this is a prophecy foretelling the destruction of Israel, because they really let themselves go. They forgot Yah's word. Sorry, I'm still messing with this. I think I got like an eyelash in my eye. They were not listening to the word. They were basically, all of them were enjoying the fertile valley, the good times. They were all having a good time, drinking way too much wine, getting drunk, which that is it's a euphemism for basically, like, they're not listening to the word. They're all going off in their own direction, being headstrong, being disobedient. And so he says, hey, they're going to do this, and bad things are going to happen. But the word of Yahuwah was with them, command upon command, command upon command, line upon line, line upon line, here a little, there a little, so that they go and shall stumble backwards and be broken and snared and taken captive. So he's like, hey, I gave them the commands. It was command upon command. I told them what to do. I taught them, here a little, there a little, but yet they did not listen to me. So bad times, yo. All right, Isaiah 29, 20 through 22, 29, 22, and 23. So, next page. Here we go. Therefore, thus said Yahuwah, who ransomed Abraham, concerning the house of Jacob. Jacob is no longer put to shame, no longer does his face grow pale. For when he sees his children, the work of my hands in his midst, they shall set apart my name, and set apart the set apart one of Jacob, and fear the Elohim of Israel. Yeah, okay. So that was the half Torah. I'm still getting used to this, guys. They've broken it out so that every week you read a chunk of Torah. So I think they have the main Torah reading and then the secondary, which is the half Torah, which is kind of... But basically, the way this works is if you read everything the way it's split up, you should be able to read the entirety of the Bible in a year and then circle back around. So, okay, so that was that. So now we're going to go to the Gospels. Gospels! Matthew. Matthew 2, 1 through 12. So let's go to Matthew. Did I pass Matthew? I think I passed. I did. I passed Matthew. He's towards the front. Like the very front, almost. I think... Is Matthew the very first? No, Matthew's not the first. Is he the first? Scripture power. Do I know? Actually, Matthew is the first, isn't he, in the Gospels? Yes? Am I wrong? Chronicles. Yeah, Matthew is the first book. Nah. I'm tired, guy. I know. Why are you doing this so late? Because it's been a busy day. Took some ibuprofen, so my mouth doesn't hurt as much. Good times, man. Good times. I try not to take... I've completely stopped taking Tylenol. For reasons. Especially after that study came out and everyone's like, oh my God. Yeah, well, you know what? When the company Tylenol says themselves, like, yeah, we may have had a part in this whole autism thing, like, not saying that I'm gonna, whatever. It's... And I need to do something with my beard. I need to trim it. I haven't been keeping up, and I'm just a dirty truck driver driving a truck. Yeah, whatever. Okay. Let's not go too far in the weeds. All right, chapter 2, 1 through 12, and here we go. And Yeshua, having been born in Bethlehem, of Judea, in the days of Herod the sovereign, see, Magi from the east came to Jerusalem, saying, where is he who has been born sovereign of the Yahudim? For we saw his star in the east and have come to do reverence to him. So who are the Magi? Daniel, ring a bell? Daniel, way back when, Daniel, he set up an order of Magi, specifically, hey, look for the sign. When you see the sign, go and find the child, because, he knew that was coming. And, by the way, here are the gifts that you'll give to this child. God prepared way in advance. I was watching Buckets and Bibles this afternoon, or tonight. I was watching Buckets and Bibles tonight, and they were going through and they were reading too. And they were telling a story about how basically, she needed what was it, the Apocrypha. She needed a new Apocrypha. And she's like, yeah, I need to get one of these. And then, there it was sitting on the table, a brand new one. Turns out, they had a friend order a new one for them months back, and it just finally came at that specific moment. It's just yeah, God knows what you need before you know you need it. That's the great thing about him, is he knows. He's on it. All right. Okay. And Herod the sovereign, having heard, was troubled, and all Jerusalem with him. And having gathered all the chief priests and scribes of the people together, he asked them where the Messiah was to be born. Uh-oh, someone's going to step on my power. Yeah. Man, these kings, dude, they just think they got it all down. They don't understand. You don't go against God and win. It just doesn't work. Doesn't work. Okay. And they said to him, in Bethlehem of Judea, for thus it has been written by the prophet. Which prophet? Isaiah. All right. But you, Bethlehem, in the land of Yehuda, You are by no means least among the rulers of Yehuda, Judah, or Judea. For out of you shall come a ruler who shall shepherd my people Israel. Or is it Malachi? Oh, my bad. It was Malachi 5, verse 2. I was wrong. It wasn't Isaiah. It was Malachi. Then Herod, having called the Magi secretly, learned exactly from them what time the star appeared. And having sent them to Bethlehem, he said, Go and search diligently for the child, and when you have found him, bring back word to me, so that I, too, might go do reverence to him. And by reverence he means, because Herod is a bad man. And having heard the sovereign, they went and see the star which they had seen in the east, went before them until it came and stood over where the child was. And seeing the star, they rejoiced with exceeding great joy. And coming unto the house, they saw the child with Miriam his mother, and fell down and did reverence to him. And opening their treasures, they presented to him gifts of gold and frankincense and myrrh. And having been warned in a dream that they should not return to Herod's, they departed for their own country by another way. Okay. So, the Magi came, they traveled, and Herod was like, hey guys, when you find this Messiah, let me know. I wanna worship him too. Like, cool. And they were like, yeah, no, we're not gonna talk to that guy again because he wants to kill Yeshua. Does not want to, do nice things. So, all right, Matthew, that was 1 through 12. Was that it? Oh, okay, that was it. Ta-da! Yeah, okay, that was it. I don't think I got anything else. We're gonna do the next Torah portion, which is, what's today's portion? The actual portion for today. We're gonna do that. Vera. Man, I need to learn Hebrew. Vera. What does that one mean? No, go back. Vera. But he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live on bread alone. Okay. But on every word that comes out of the mouth of God. So Ra is, and I appeared. So we're going to do that next time. And hopefully Corinne will be on it tomorrow. We're going to do it tomorrow. We're going to find a time to do it tomorrow. And hopefully when the kids aren't screaming and being loud. But yeah, we'll do Ra, which is technically this week's Torah portion, tomorrow. Until then, I bid you adieu. Shabbat Shalom. Catch you next time.